Polar pack
We're back.
touches everything.
How you guys doing?
This is episode potentially 9.
Yeah, I believe it's 9.
Do we have 9 solid ones? Did
We have 9 solid ones, and we're continuing. So hope you guys are enjoying them.
you drop any solid ones today?
I did not. Actually, no. It's kind of mushy, but I'm not gonna get into detail. But yeah, it wasn't the best.
Dang, man.
Yeah. So how you been? What's
Living,
new? All right.
staying busy,
Okay. That's good.
maintaining.
That's all you could do, honestly.
Yeah, just try to maintain.
Okay.
Who is the rapper who just always just say maintaining? Above the clouds. Who's that? Not Inspector Deck.
JPEG
No, Gangstar.
Gangstar. Okay.
He'd always just say maintaining.
Oh, okay.
Maintaining.
I like that. I like that.
It's a good way to say you're doing all right.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's gonna be my new thing, maintaining.
Not great, not bad, just maintaining.
That's fair. That's fair.
So, man, what do you want to talk about today?
All right. So, have you heard about the whole scandal with Elon Musk? Apparently, he's like ranked. I think he's like one of the top ranked players in Diablo 4 and what was it, Path of Exiles. So apparently he live streamed on I want to say it was X last night, and apparently a lot of people are calling him out because they don't think he actually knows what he's doing, and that somebody else is like playing his games when he's like not there. So
In the
basically,
game of Diablo?
no, and I guess both Path of Exile and Diablo. But apparently he was live streaming and he was just like going through there. He didn't know what the hell to do. And he was calling like particular keywords out that gamers would know, like the wrong thing. And to like get to the level that he's at, you'd have to spend like 50 hours, I guess a week or something like that. You'd basically have to play every single day, like all day, like all week, essentially just to get to where he's at. But he's a guy that's running like a multi-billion-dollar,
Trillion.
$1 trillion companies, and it's just like, yeah, there's no way you're playing these games. So a lot of people are calling him out on it.
I mean, maybe he is. Is there like a mobile version he's just got like running on his phone?
I know there's like a mobile version for Diablo. I forgot what it's called.
He's just sitting in board meetings. They think he's like really busy just typing away on his phone. Or he's just
Right.
playing Diablo down there. Yeah, it's fine.
But I don't know. I just find it interesting that that came out. So I thought I'd bring it up and see if you.
I've never played either of those games. Are they like grindy kind of games, like World of Warcraft
I
style?
played Diablo 3 and Diablo 4. They're sort of like a top-down. I don't know how you would call it. I'm not super into it, but I did play a little bit of it. But yeah, it's super grindy. It could be really hard. There's like some modes where it's basically just permadeath. If you're like super hardcore and if that's what you're into.
Maybe he's just like trolling his audience.
You think so?
I could see him doing that.
I mean, maybe. I don't know what you'll get from that. Like, what are the benefits?
I mean, you're talking about him.
That is true. That is true. You got me there.
You ever heard the term "all press is good press"?
I did. Yeah.
Stands very valid.
Yeah. No, you're right.
As long as your name is in the publications, you know.
Yeah. No, you're right.
You remember that scandal years ago where the lady from McDonald's got burned by the hot coffee
Yeah,
and ended
yeah.
up winning millions of dollars?
Right.
So it turns out she was only suing for $20,000
Basically, to cover like her medical
to
bills.
cover her medical expenses, and the media dragged her through the mud because she ended up winning $2.9 million for it.
Yeah.
Saying like, "Oh, what a scammer! What an idiot!" Like, of course the coffee's gonna be hot.
Right.
So they just kind of made a mockery of her, and I mean, which sucks, but she got $2.9 million out of it.
So she was just suing for the like basically her medical bills and stuff like that. So how did it go from like 20,000 to like 2 point something million? Was it because of just like the backlash or like the media is just like?
I don't know if it had anything to do with the media or if
Right.
it was just her lawyer, like, we got a case here.
Gotcha. Because
Like,
there's
let's go for it.
yeah, there's like so much like eyes on the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's a lot richer. Well, probably not considering all the lawyer fees, right?
I mean, but still,
Yeah.
how much could they really take of 2.9 million? I'm sure quite a bit, but
Right.
she still probably walked away.
With a decent amount.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
a fat chunk of that, you know?
Yeah. Well, kind of sucks that she was treated that way. But hey, that's the world we live in sometimes. It's
I mean,
unfortunate.
Medical care is just so expensive.
Mhm.
Did you see the new Mr. Beast video?
I did. What he helped like amputees walk again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he, like, the title was "We helped 2,000 people walk again." And
Right.
he was just providing prosthetics to amputees.
Mhm.
And at the end, he had like a little kind of like not preface, but like post note, like,
Yeah.
"Hey, it's crazy that a YouTuber had to come in here and help out all these people. A lot of these people were in the United States,
Right.
and they can't afford to get prosthetics to be able to walk to
Mhm.
just function in daily life."
Yeah, no, it's a really sad situation that we live in. Like everything is so inflated, and you know, to like piggyback off of your point about like stuff being super expensive. This lady had a baby that spent, I think it was like a month and a half in the hospital. I guess the infant was like premature, but she got a bill for like basically what was it, $735,000 just for like having her kid there. I was just like, what the hell? Like, where do you go from there?
It's wild.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Makes you like not want to have a kid just because it's gonna, even if you have a quick straight through process,
Right.
it'll cost you whatever 20 to 40 grand.
Yeah. I mean, that'll sink a lot of people into debt, honestly.
Yeah, and just like the medical billing. I remember I got like stitches in my leg when I was a kid. And I remember we got the bill back and my dad was like talking about it. He was like, it was $178 for like a bottle of distilled water.
Really?
You can go buy like a gallon of that
Oh,
at
wow.
CVS for what, $3?
Mhm.
That's crazy.
It's ridiculous. Just things that they could just like, inflate, just to make money.
Yeah, it's a whole dark side of the healthcare industry.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it gets better. I mean, I guess we'll see with this new administration coming in. But yeah.
Like when I saw that like excerpt in Mr. Beast video, I was just like, is he siding with the Luigi Mangione guy?
Really?
But I don't know. That's purely speculation.
It is. I mean, I guess you could probably take that away from it, but I mean,
It's definitely
yeah,
correlated. It's
yeah.
definitely been a hot topic as of recent.
100%. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right.
Oh, Mr. Beast.
But another thing that I saw. So apparently, there's been rumors going around that the reason why these fires, which are like tragic, and I'm sorry that it happened, was that 24 people have died so far, and there's like 12,000 like homes or like businesses have been like destroyed.
Yeah.
But apparently, there's this thing going around saying that they were started because because it was supposed to get like Diddy and all his like collaborators or like people who like knew Diddy, like basically destroy all the evidence, which is kind of crazy if you really think about it.
That is. I mean, it's a pretty funny conspiracy.
It's ridiculous.
All that just to get Diddy out of jail.
Right.
Just burn down LA County.
It's kind of stupid if you really think about it, because the FBI and like the local law enforcement, they basically found everything that they needed to like essentially bring the charges against him. So it's just like having a fire happen after the fact that they already have everything is just it's kind of dumb if you really think about it.
Yeah, I'll call that one fake news.
Right.
I don't believe that.
Still interesting, but
Yeah.
people have their wild takes sometimes.
Dude, the news is just moving so fast these days.
Right.
It was Diddy, then like the healthcare CEO, then the drones, now the LA fires. It's just like, what is going to happen next?
I don't know. The year just started, so probably a lot.
Yeah, we're 13 days in here.
Right. I mean, 2024 is pretty big when it comes to like mass media coverage and on like interesting topics. So I guess we'll see.
At least it produced the chill guy meme.
It did. I love that meme. Have you seen like the alternate versions? It's like not so chilled guy is like his evil doppelganger.
Yeah. I bought some stupid like crap coins
that
were just based off of it, and they just tanked.
Oof, hopefully you didn't sink too much into
No,
it.
I'd throw like $5 at one. Nothing crazy. Just like, oh, let's see what happens here.
Right.
I suppose just gambling on crappy cryptocurrencies.
Right.
I did get some when the Hawk Tua girl ran through the mud over
Right.
her coin. one came out. It was like straight to a prison. So I bought it some couple of those.
I'm guessing that one didn't go anywhere, huh?
No,
No.
it follows the trends.
That was still pretty funny though.
I was like, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I need to spend $5 on this entertainment.
Right.
See what it does. So I like your hoodie. Little motorcycle gang.
You do? You know, these just randomly pop up in my closet. You know, I just throw them on. Just don't know how they get there.
You got like the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe closet.
Pretty much, you know, I just open up. I'm just like right there in like Narnia, just pulling out new, fresh, you know, outfits. Pretty much.
You ever seen Halloween Town 2?
I've seen the first one recent. This year was my first time. No, last year. My bad. It was my first time seeing the first movie.
Or was it Halloween Town 1 where they have like the guy's house where if stuff goes lost, it just ends up there?
I think so. I don't know.
Is that just what your closet's like?
Pretty much. Like I buy a ton of stuff. Like for like I want to say like 2 years, I bought like a bunch of clothes because I was like getting bigger, so I needed to like fit into like different things. Also, I was just following trends with like different like outfits, and it's just like I'll buy something, I put it in my closet, then I lose it for like a few months, and then I like stumble into it after a while.
We were wearing the Camaro t-shirts and NASCAR t-shirts.
Yeah. A lot of those, I don't know where they are.
Those were sick t-shirts.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All summer 2025. All right. What do I got here? So during a zombie apocalypse, what is one store where you would hold up in to survive the apocalypse?
One store. I feel like I would hold up in Home Depot because it's big enough, but it's not super big like a mall where there's like a ton of exits. They also have like a lot of like tools and stuff like you can make makeshift weapons
You can
and
build like a fortress.
like a fortress pretty much. I'll just be at the top, just like overseeing everything.
You're just posted up with like bandsaws and stuff.
I don't know, just make like riot shields out or something. I don't know.
You got angle grinders just
Right.
going after the zombies.
But I think that's probably like the best resourceful store. However, I also think that considering that it's such a, like a known place, like a lot of people would like go there first to like, prepare for the apocalypse.
What about like, not like a Walmart or a Bass Pro Shops or Cabela's?
Walmart, no. I'd probably find, this is going to contradict what I said earlier, but like in regards to like food and stuff, I'd probably go to somewhere smaller because, like I said, just like everybody knows the name.
You're going to go to a Trader Joe's?
Gonna go to something super tiny, even smaller than that. Maybe like a convenience store, like grab some groceries and like canned stuff and like get the hell out of there.
Just eating Twinkies.
Right. Those never go bad in the apocalypse. Just kidding. They do.
Do they?
They do actually. Yeah. Twinkies have an expiration date. Have you seen what was it, Zombieland, the first movie?
No.
Yeah, that was a talking point in it.
Twinkies going bad?
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, I'd hit like a Costco or something, or like a BJ's, just because they have those really high rafters, so you can just like build like a fortress really high up.
Okay.
Then like if you need something, you just take the forklift down,
Yeah.
go grab it, you go back up there.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I could see that happening. You just kind of like put like I don't know, like ladders across. You could like walk across from like one, I guess, pylon to the other.
Actually, the Home Depot might not be a terrible idea because they have that whole garden center,
Right.
so you can just grow like vegetables and crops in there.
No, you're right. I definitely didn't think about that. I definitely grow a lot of tomatoes. I love tomatoes.
Just eating tomatoes
Right.
for the rest of your existence.
But yeah, no, definitely.
I feel like out of like anything, a zombie apocalypse is possible.
Why do you think that?
I mean, COVID happened and the world went crazy.
That's true.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
some crazy virus.
I guess I have a good question for you. Do you think you'd survive a zombie apocalypse, or like I guess the first outbreak of it? You think like you're pretty good for like months, or you'd be like one of the first people to die if it like the outbreak happens?
I feel like I would just assimilate with the zombies. I mean, that sounds pretty cool.
So you'd become a zombie?
You're just living in sewers somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, eat brains and stuff and walk around really funny.
So you would not survive. Okay.
I mean, I'd probably try for a little bit.
Right.
And I'm just like, this sucks.
Yeah. I think like if you live in like such a like a major city and you know there's a lot of people around, the chances of you like actually surviving is like really, you know, slim to none. As opposed to like, you know, like a smaller town where it's just like less
Yeah.
people.
Like people that live on farms and
Right.
stuff.
Yeah. And they could hold out, they could grow their you know, their groceries and stuff like that, you know, their food.
Yeah, I feel like I would just assimilate because it would be too much work to not be a zombie in a
Right.
zombie apocalypse. Like you always got to be watching your back.
Mm-hmm.
Like you've seen the movies. People are just constantly dirty.
Yeah. You know, it's just like, oh, we could help you. Come on over. They just put a dagger in your back.
Feed me to the zombies.
Right.
That or what if like it wasn't too bad,
Mm-hmm.
but they put on like a zombie zoo or something?
Where you just like parade like zombies, like people go watch.
Like how you can go to the zoo and see gorillas and giraffes like
Right.
behind the glass.
Yeah. But it's like a zombie version of that.
Yeah, zombie zoo.
Zombie Zoo. That'd be a cool like name for like a movie.
That's a pretty sick rock band name.
Zombie Zoo. Yeah. Don't take that.
Nah, somebody can have that.
Yeah.
Zombie zoo. I'm not starting a death metal band.
Why not? It sounds so radical, man.
Just to have killer songs like I Eat Brains.
Mushroom feeds me brain.
That or like we were talking about like a hardcore band, but they're just singing about like I wash the dishes.
Right. Just like the like task like you got to do around your house. Just like, you know,
I use my signal light when changing lanes. I
gotta shovel the driveway.
Dude. Oh man. Hardcore bands. What's the last hardcore show you went to?
I went to Meshuggah with James last year. Was it last year? No, it was like almost about a year ago. It's pretty good. I think that's like probably the best concert that I've ever been to. Like they sound exactly like how like you listen to them like a studio album would sound like live. It was amazing. Hands down the best.
Remember the time we went to see, I think it was Memphis May Fire,
Right.
and there was that dude in the crowd. He was just moshing. He
Yeah.
got hit in the face and he broke his nose.
Right.
And he was just like, help, help, or whatever. And then like I go and I like grab like one of the paramedics or cops, whatever. I was like, hey, this kid just broke his nose.
Right.
So then the cop comes over and she's like checking him out. And then goes like, all right, I'll get you an ambulance. He goes, no, I'm not paying another ambulance bill.
Oh god.
And he just stays at the show with a broken nose.
I mean, that's pretty metal, man, honestly.
Yeah.
Just having a good time and like your face is messed up.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Was that the same concert where the guy like took off his like because he was an amputee, had like a what was it, prosthetic leg, and he just like crowd surfed? I think it was. That was pretty funny.
Oh, I meant to bring this up back when we were talking about the Mr. Beast.
Right.
But the time I was in Scottsdale, Arizona,
Right.
and meet these girls, and didn't know it at the time, but one of them had a prosthetic leg.
Okay.
So we're hanging out at the bars, like we meet this random like group of girls, and then they end up coming like back to our Airbnb with us and like hanging out and playing beer pong and whatever. And that's when we find out like one of the girls is an amputee, and she was just chilling on the couch. She took her leg off,
Right.
and my friend stole her leg
Oh my god.
because he wanted to drink a beer out of it. Because he saw the Steve Will Do It intro where he
Right.
drinks the beer out of the prosthetic leg. And that girl got so mad at her friends, like gave her leg back. And then she called an Uber, got out of there. They were also visiting Scottsdale, Arizona.
Right.
So she got an Uber, got out of there. And then her friends stayed. And then they hung out for a while. They ended up leaving at some point. But they go back to their Airbnb. And they're like, yeah, she left.
Yeah.
Just flew home.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's that bad that I'd fly home, but I mean, I'd be pretty pissed off if somebody stole my leg, my prosthetic leg, and tried to like chug beer out of it.
Yeah, it was pretty bad at the time, but it was also hilarious at the time. We were just having some fun, just acting a little rowdy.
You ever wonder where she's at now?
Maybe she's watching this.
Maybe. She leaves a very hateful comment, which is probably deserved.
I had nothing to do with it. I was just an innocent bystander, but I solemnly apologize.
Okay, that's good. At
If
least
you ever happen to see this.
at least you took some, initiative to set things right.
I think I was the one who gave it back.
Okay, yeah. All right, so you were the good guy in this situation.
Yeah, I guess.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
So, moral of the story, don't steal somebody's prosthetic leg and try to chug a beer out of it.
I feel like that'd be super gross considering there's just what's the correct term? I don't know. It's like a nub that's just like kind of sitting
Yeah,
there.
I mean, I'm sure there's moisture and
Yeah,
bacteria and
it's like
stuff that
sway.
gathers in there.
I wonder how it smells.
Should have smelled it.
Oh gosh. I'd be down to smell that.
Maybe not, actually.
Pretty gnarly. I wonder if it smells like gauges.
It's pretty hot in Arizona,
Yeah.
so maybe it smells like gauges. I remember I really wanted gauges back in the day, but I never did it.
I sort of started out. I kind of stretched my ears a little bit, and it was too painful. I was like, plus, if it gets too big, it's gonna look ridiculous, and they could rip, and I gotta get surgery to like fix them.
Dude,
Yeah.
what if your ears just looked like that?
That'd be pretty dope.
What if your ears were the size of a delicious premium seltzer by Polar, proudly produced in Worcester, Massachusetts?
Right. I had a ex. She didn't have like hers weren't super like big, but they like every time I went in for like a kiss, I could just smell like the
Decaying flesh.
like the nastiness. I was just like, oh, that's so gross.
Maybe you wouldn't make it in a zombie apocalypse. You can't
No,
even smell gauges.
100%. I would not. I would die the first day. Like I would be like basically dragged apart, ripped apart. My intestines everywhere.
You just show up to the Home Depot.
Right.
Somebody's already beat you there.
He like hits me like with one of those propane tanks.
Oh, they do have a bunch of propane there too.
Yeah,
That's not a bad idea.
it's good for protection.
Just make flamethrowers.
Yeah, or just like kind of throw them in like the zombie crowd. And like, do you think it would go off if you like threw them there and you like shoot them? They blow up or probably not, right?
Yeah, they totally would.
Oh, they would. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know too much about.
It's a flammable flammable gas.
I don't know much about pew pew. So.
Yeah, scary stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you play any computer games as a kid? And I'm not talking World of Warcraft kind of stuff.
No,
Like addictinggames.com.
Oh, well, when you say a kid, like how old are you talking?
I don't know, 8 years old to 12.
So growing up, I never had like a computer, but like I really started playing like computer games. I want to say maybe when I was like 11 or 12. What did I used to play? I used to play those. Excuse me. Those like flash games on Newgrounds. You remember those?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So I used to play a bunch of those, and I remember there was like this Pokemon game that came out, and I played that for a little bit, but I wasn't super big into it. I was more so a console kid.
Did you ever go on funnyjunk.com?
Sounds familiar.
That was
I
the
might have.
Best website.
Right.
When they had the sounds like bong, bing, bong, like the crazy frog.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that originated there.
I remember that. Yeah.
It was so good. I think the website's still around.
Oh, we should definitely check that out and see if it is.
It was definitely somewhat inappropriate for
Yeah.
like a 11-year-old to be on. but
Yeah.
Yeah. My parents didn't really oversee too much of what I did on the computer.
I think I remember I did see a video. It was just like Crazy Frog. You could see like his crazy wiener just like in the video. I was just like, what the hell is
Crazy
this?
Frog was huge back in the day,
It was.
especially when like the ringtone era was
Mhm.
happening. So many people had the Crazy Frog ringtone.
Right. That's interesting. You remember how it went from just like everybody having like their own individual ringtone or, like somewhat similar to like everybody's phone nowadays is like either on silent or it's just like the same generic ringtone. Like whatever happened to like the ringtone, like boom.
Just kind of faded out.
Right.
People had the ring back tones too.
Mm-hmm.
So they would have like whatever ring back tone. They'd have to pay like monthly for it or
Yeah.
something. And then they would no longer pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
So then they would just put like a Beethoven song on.
Right.
Every one of my friends had that until like 2015.
Mhm.
I don't even think there was a way to change it. But he was just stuck with that ring back tone.
Right. Wait, Beethoven? Or,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
some classical music.
Right.
It would just be like the generic default one. If you stop paying for the other one that you had,
Right.
it'd just be, please enjoy this tone while your party is reached. Dun, 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 dun.
Just like up until 2015. That was pretty more recent than.
That was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy to look at 2015. I think it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, dude, I'm getting old, man. Time goes by fast,
I ran into one of my old teachers yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and so I had him in middle school,
Right.
and he left for paternity leave. So I only had him for like part of a semester.
Right.
This is an elective class. So I was like, I know this guy. So like I found out his last name, and I was like, yeah, I was still your student.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, this was 19 years ago. I was your student or something.
Did he remember you?
He didn't remember me, no.
Yeah.
But I mean, this was forever ago,
Right,
and he's
right.
been teaching forever. So
I mean, I guess he made an impact on you for you to actually still have memories.
no, so it wasn't 19 years ago. It was like 16 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Because he left for paternity leave, and I was like, oh yeah, like I remember you leaving, and he was like, yeah, like my son's 16 now, and I was like, dang,
Wow.
it's been a long time.
What was that, like middle school for you?
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, man. That's cool, though.
time's a flying. We're getting old.
Yeah.
You remember like Microsoft Paint
Right.
just going on there? I remember like not having internet sometimes,
Mhm.
so you just go on there, you play pinball, go on Microsoft Paint.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the whole internet rallied when Microsoft said that they like weren't doing Paint anymore.
Right. It's still a thing, isn't it? Pretty sure.
Maybe
Yeah.
there was such a backlash
Right.
that they continued to have Paint on there.
I haven't used that in a while, so I'm not really sure if it's still around. But yeah, no, that was good times.
You should make our next thumbnail in Microsoft Paint.
If it's still there, I'll try my best. It's not gonna be pretty, but
Just using the brush tool to like
Right.
write letters. Dude, it used to be so fun. It used to be just back when computers were simple.
yeah.
Just get on there, just screw around for hours, not even on the internet.
Did you use like AIM or like the UVU back in the day? Just like come home, you're just like, oh, I wonder if my crush is online. You get home, boom, she's online. You message
Yeah,
her.
dude, definitely had AOL Instant Messenger. Had the away messages.
Mhm.
Like, I'll be right back. Then you'd be like, going to hit the mall.
Right.
Then you come back, and then like you change your like away message if like you got off the computer again, like back from the mall.
Right.
Got a new shirt.
It was just so funny, like the whole like the inception, like video calling, and where it just became super mainstream. We're using like UVU and like Skype, and now just like in your pocket, you could just like tap like a number. You could like call your friend on like FaceTime.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I was more of a Skype person than UVU.
Yeah.
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 It's because it was the more like classic version, I should
Right.
say. Skype's been around. Skype's still like kind of a thing, I feel like.
it got cannibalized by Microsoft Teams, I think.
Did it?
Yeah. I think
They buy out Skype?
Microsoft bought Skype and just kind of just like put it into the whole like ecosystem.
They were so ahead of their time.
Right. It was good. No, Skype was definitely a thing back in the day.
I feel like Microsoft Teams is also like taking over Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
So
It is. I mean, it's just, I feel like it's a lot easier. I mean, I haven't used it in a few years, but I feel like it's a lot easier to use, and like, you could collaborate a lot better.
true.
And everything, all Office computers have, Windows. So
Mhm.
it's there.
True that. True that.
True.
Hopping on the Zoom meeting. All right, I'm going to give you a list of things, and I want you to tell me if they're overrated or underrated.
Okay.
Sushi.
Underrated.
Underrated?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think no, I'm gonna change it. I think sushi is overrated.
Yeah, I mean, it's good,
Yeah,
but I feel like it's overpriced.
it is, and you could potentially get sick from it.
It's true.
Yeah, so
Raw fish.
I'd say overrated.
Yeah, I'd also say overrated because, like, it's good,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like it's not filling at the same time.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's not.
Like you can spend $30 on some sushi and still be hungry after.
Yeah, be hungry in like an hour. It's like, what the hell did I spend so much money for?
Squid Games.
uh, Overrated. I think the when the lockdown happened, I think it was just such a big boom. Like everybody, was just at home. They had something to watch, and it kind of just took on a life of its own. And it's just like it started to go be everywhere, and it's just like something you can't escape. I mean, it's not a bad show, but I don't think it's like revolutionary.
The I've been seeing the star of the show, number I forget his number in
Four,
the show.
5, 6, I believe.
456.
Yeah.
I've been seeing him. He's like a lot more like celebrity eyes this time around.
Yeah.
He's doing like late night talk shows and whatever.
Mhm. Apparently he learned English to star in the Acolyte. That didn't do so well. It was like a Star Wars show.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, he's definitely. I see him doing a lot more roles and being a lot more versatile. So.
Yeah, he'll definitely get a lot more action on the Hollywood side now.
Yeah, no, it's dope.
Starbucks.
I think it's overrated. I feel like yeah, it's pretty overrated. I mean, who wants to pay $15 for like an 8 ounce coffee?
Millions of Americans every day.
I just don't get it, especially like the cups that people like go crazy over every year. Like I do not understand. Like what the hell?
The Stanley Cups.
Are they Stanley Cups?
I know they do like the Star Wars, Starbucks,
Right.
like holiday cups.
Yeah, I don't know. People just go bonkers over them. They like lose their mind. I don't understand it. So
Stanley Cups.
overrated. I do want one, but they're overrated.
I'd say the OG Stanley Cups are underrated.
Yeah.
The thermoses.
Mm-hmm.
Like Stanley's been around a long time.
I didn't know that.
They're an old company.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
I thought it was just like a new big thing. Like the cups, it's like a new company that came out.
I saw this girl on TikTok showing off her dad's Stanley thermos.
Right.
The thing's probably 20 years old. And she said, "Oh, my dad was an original Stanley Cup girly."
Dude, that's crazy. Like he's had that for 20 years.
It
like
looks pretty old.
Yeah. That's good quality right there, man.
Built to last. New York City on New Year's Eve.
I think having lived in New York, I think it's overrated to like essentially just like jam pack a million people in Times Square and just to watch a ball drop. I don't think actual New Yorkers like venture out there. I just think it's a lot of like tourists. And I don't know.
Oh, for sure.
Who wants to stand there for like 5-6 hours in the cold just to watch the ball drop when you could do that shit at home,
But you can get on TV.
I mean, so what?
You can get one of those sick Planet Fitness hats.
I mean, you could get on TV at your, like, if there's like a local news station like reporting something, just go up and interview. I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it's nice to like celebrate the new year and bring it in, but it's just like, who wants to stand there in like 2-degree weather just to watch a ball drop? I don't know. Maybe.
Speaking of local news, you know the effer right in the P guy?
The who?
Effer
Oh,
right in the P?
yeah.
You know that was fake?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Really?
It
So
was-
that
It was fake.
I thought it was like a actual like news. Like he went around just like saying that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was all staged.
Oh wow.
Wasn't a real thing.
That's crazy. I mean, the more you know.
Netflix.
It is I feel like it was overrated before and now it's like underrated because they do drop some gems. I mean, yeah, I'm just going to say underrated because a lot of people take it for granted, because like without Netflix first, we wouldn't have a lot of these like streaming services that, that we could watch. I think Netflix is definitely the OG and a lot of people don't remember that.
Netflix destroyed big cable.
It did, and everything kind of like sort of turned into cable again, which I guess is Netflix's fault, but who knows? I don't
Yeah,
know.
but in turn, they created a bigger beast.
Yeah,
Now you have to subscribe to like 18 different streaming services.
right. I mean, the good thing is you could pick and choose what you want as opposed to just like, having to buy a package from like the cable company, like how you used to back in the day. If you don't want to subscribe to like HBO Max anymore, you could just cut the cord.
True.
I like that a lot better.
LeBron James. LeBron James.
I don't know. I feel like that's a that's a hard one. I don't know how to answer that. I'm not super big into basketball, so I feel like he is overrated. Yeah.
Who do you think's gonna leave a bigger legacy, Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
I mean, obviously, I feel no, definitely Michael Jordan, you know? I mean, like I said, I don't know too much about basketball, but I think Michael Jordan has a lot more staying power than LeBron James. I mean, LeBron he's a great basketball player. I mean, shit, he's 40 years old. He's still in the league right now, you know, playing with a bunch of like 20-year-olds. So,
Literally playing with his son.
right. So, I think, you know, he's done a lot, but I think people give him too much credit for, and he hasn't really, you know, achieved as much as Jordan has. So,
Yeah, but in other terms, I feel like he's achieved more.
mm-hmm.
He's played for a ton of different teams. He went back, well, I guess, is Jordan from Chicago?
I'm not sure.
You're supposed to know these things.
I don't know.
Well, LeBron won a championship in his hometown,
Right.
went back to Cleveland, got him the championship. Jordan has Jordan shoes, those are iconic.
He has the shoes that people fight over and people lose their life for. So I guess he wins
That's
that
true
battle.
too. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not the biggest basketball guy, but I do love basketball to a certain extent.
Going back to the fires,
Right.
I saw the White House is doing like a press brief on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, all right, Kamala, take this one. Fire away. No pun intended. And I was just like, oh my God.
That's funny as hell. How clueless do you have to be to actually say something like that? Like, dude, read the room.
Fire away.
Oh my God.
So I watched this YouTube video the other day of Colorado. They're doing this promotion where you can lease a car for free, essentially.
Really?
It's a Fiat 500. So it's a video. This dude and his dad or stepdad go to the Fiat dealership.
Mm-hmm.
And they both lease this little Fiat 500 car.
Yeah.
So the main catch is you have to pay the tax on it, and then you have to like keep insurance on it.
Really?
But it's just funny. Like I feel like a ton of people are just gonna go and do this because it's cheap. He paid like $1,500 or something, and he walked out with a car. It's a 27-month lease.
Oh wow, it's not bad at all. You know why they're doing that kind of thing?
So it's an EV vehicle,
Right.
So I believe it's some sort of government grant
Gotcha.
that they're letting them do.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can get a car for relatively pretty cheap, brand new.
Yeah. I mean, it beats walking, so I guess.
Yeah, I'd say it definitely beats walking.
Yeah.
I feel like Boulder, Colorado is just going to be a ton of little red Fiat 500s cruising around.
As if they weren't like, what's a word?
Make it even more hipster than
Right.
it already was.
Yeah.
I'm in my EV Fiat.
Just whipping the Fiat. Oh, man.
It's silent.
Yeah.
Have you... So I was reading the other day that the CEO of Epic Games,
All right.
aka the company that makes Fortnite, the guy's worth $7.6 billion.
Really?
Tim Sweeney.
Oh, wow.
He looks like such a nerd. So he's been really like philanthropic with his wealth.
Right.
He's purchased over 50,000 acres of land, like a lot of it in North Carolina as well.
Really?
So I was thinking, he's got all this money,
Mhm.
he's got all this land. He should just recreate the Fortnite map.
Like Fortnite in real life?
Yeah, like Fortnite World,
Yeah.
like his own Disneyland.
That'd be pretty cool. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, I'd definitely go there. I mean, you think Fortnite is as big as like a Disney or like, you know, like a Universal? Do you think it has like that staying power? Like if like somebody were to create it, like him, just like, you think it would be, you know?
Would it be Would it last over time?
Yeah, like would it last over time? You know, would people actually flock to it? Like, how many people actually love Fortnite that much that they would willing to like travel to actually go there?
So many preteen boys would
Yeah,
be begging.
I mean, I just only see like younger guys just like really going there. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be as gigantic as a Disneyland, I'd
right.
imagine. Like, it'd be like smaller in that
Mhm.
aspect. But I mean, he's got 50,000 acres and 7.6 billion. What else are you doing?
Why would you buy so much land though? For what? You just sit on it?
Sit on it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's only going to go up in value.
yeah, that's true.
It's kind of like a foolproof savings account.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I'd check it out if I was ever in the area, but I wouldn't like go out of my way to actually.
So, what artist gets you more hype? DMX or Waka Flocka Flame? Where the hood at? Or I go hard in the mud, paint.
That's a hard one. Well, that shouldn't be a hard one. Definitely DMX. What am I thinking?
So say you got to go lift. You're on the bench press. You're dialed in. You're sweating.
Mhm.
You got your max on the bench.
Right.
You got to push that up.
Mhm.
What are you putting on? Where the hood at, or hard in the paint?
I feel like hard in the paint goes a lot more with like actually like working out. So I definitely throw that on.
I feel like I'd be a hard in the paint kind of guy.
Okay.
I mean, DMX could get you going too. He's just barking at you.
Right.
You're just barking back.
Just like barking in the gym. It's just like it's quiet. Everybody's looking at you.
What's this guy doing?
Blasting music.
Set off the lunk alarm at the Planet
Right.
Fitness.
You need to leave.
Sir, get out of here.
Oh gosh.
So I've been doing this funny thing when my girl showers.
Right.
So I'll go in there and I'll go in between like the shower curtain and the shower liner.
Mhm.
And I'll just act like I'm at the zoo
Yeah.
looking at her. And I'll just commentate it.
I don't know if that's creepy or funny.
He is the wild wildebeest
Right.
down at the watering hole, cleaning themselves off. Oh no, the wildebeest looks angry.
She's like, get the hell out of here. I'm trying to shower.
Trying to shower.
Like, what are you doing?
She thinks it's funny. She
Yeah.
loves it.
Okay, that's good. At least she
She
likes
probably
it.
hates it, but
Oh,
I'm gonna keep doing it.
oh, so she does not actually enjoy it.
I don't know. She's a little indifferent. It's just
Okay.
like, this is just something else he's gonna do now.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, anything that you do that your girl hates?
Anything I do that my girl hates.
You like fart in bed or something? You ever hit her with like a nice Dutch oven?
a couple of times, but I know one recent thing is like every time I like shower, I just like, you know, I take my clothes off and stuff, and like all my dirty clothes, I would just like open the basement door and I would just like literally just throw it in the basement. That's where the washer and dryer is. She was like, "You need to stop doing that. I'm gonna fall if I go downstairs, and I trip over like your underwear or something." And that literally drives her nuts. So that's one thing that I could think off the top of my head.
Throwing your dirty clothes down in the
Pretty
basement.
much just pissing her off. She was like, "I gotta pick those up every time I go down there." I appreciate it, but it's just a lot easier for me.
What if you put a laundry basket at the bottom, then you just like try to aim at it?
I don't think my aim is that good because like the cat litter is right there, so I
Oh,
don't want to just
true.
like throw it, and it just like falls in the cat litter, which I'm kind of already
I was
doing.
gonna say, your
Yeah,
undies already,
Yeah.
undies ever end up in there?
no, I've been pretty good about that, but I didn't have to like aim for anything. So
You don't notice your cat pees on like your t-shirt or something?
he does that every once in a while. I don't know why. I guess he's marking his territory. Like if I throw something down, he pees on it. Like that's not cool, bro.
Marking his territory.
So if you don't have any pets,
No.
but if you were to get like a pet, like what would you get? Like you get something like typical like a cat or a dog, or you get something like super exotic.
Probably kangaroo because they're jacked,
Yeah.
and it would just be motivation for me
Okay.
to lift weights more.
So they're really. I feel like kangaroos could be territorial. I mean, you see a big strong guy, and
No,
probably
we'd be
won't-
boys. We'd hang out,
yeah.
watch Netflix.
So not like Kangaroo Jack.
No.
It's way more chill.
What was that guy's name? Anthony Anderson?
Is that his name?
Yeah, he's in
Okay.
Kangaroo Jack.
Oh, is he?
What a
I don't-
guy. But no, probably my fake answer is kangaroo.
Right.
My real answer, I want like a really chill dog.
Yeah.
Not like a small dog, like a medium-sized dog.
Okay.
I want a fast dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, would greyhounds be considered medium size or
Maybe
are they a
not
little
a
larger?
greyhounds. Yeah, I don't know about a greyhound,
Right.
but just a dog that's like chill and fast.
Okay. That'd be pretty cool. Like something to go like hiking, go to the lake,
Hiking, or I just go to the dog park
Yeah.
and my dog's just faster than all the other dogs. So I can assert dominance.
You just flex on the other owners.
Yeah, what's up? She's got a top speed of 45 miles an hour.
That'd be nice.
That, or I'd move to like the mountains. I just get a bobsled team going.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of really fast dogs.
Speaking of that, have you ever seen that movie with like the Jamaican bobsled like movie? I forgot what it's called.
Snow dogs?
No, it's like a movie where apparently this was Jamaica based on the true story where it's just like Jamaica's like first ever like time in like doing bobsledding. And
does Jamaica go to the Winter Olympics for bobsled?
I think that was the only time that ever happened. And I think they ended up like wiping out. And so they I think they picked up their sled and sort of just like walked across the finish line. But I don't know, it was pretty interesting. It's a good movie.
Do like these like Caribbean countries, do they go to the Winter Olympics?
I highly doubt it, considering there's no there's no winter there.
Do they feel really left out?
I would imagine so. So, that's where they get this. That's why they dominate so much in the Summer Olympics.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out next year if Jamaica's going to the Winter Olympics 2026.
Definitely not.
Dude, that'd be so funny. They're just like terrible. They're just like snowboarding.
It's like, how'd you guys make it here?
Where do you guys practice?
That's a good question.
What if they hosted the Winter Olympics in like a tropical country or something?
Like, how would that work out? There's just like so much water. And just like, how would you keep that cold?
They're just using sand. They're in Egypt.
So, that's not a bad idea. Just like skiing, you just ski down like sand.
We've got to make the Winter Olympics more inclusive of temperate climate countries.
I agree, 100%. Let's make that happen. I'd be down. I'll watch all the time.
What if somebody what if that becomes a thing? Somebody gets upset because they can't go to the Winter Olympics.
So you start petitioning.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty dope.
We need Congo in the Winter Olympics this year.
Oh, gosh. Sign me up.
Shaun White's all screwed up. He's got a sandboard.
Just like, why is my skis not working? What the hell is this? Isn't that interesting how he kind of pivoted away? I guess he still does it, but like both of them, but like he like goes and does like the Winter Olympics. Then he just goes and like wins medals in like skateboarding.
Yeah, he's a talented guy.
Yeah, I always find that so interesting. Like people could do that. Like people are like super talented.
Yeah. Or there's those people that are just like pretty good at everything.
Right.
Versus people that are like really good at one thing.
Right.
Like it gets so annoying when somebody's just good at everything.
Yeah.
Because I'm not really good at anything.
Aw.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. I haven't found my calling.
You're pretty good at stuff.
What's something I'm good at?
What's something you're good at?
See? There's nothing.
No, I got something. You're really good at like hiking.
I'm not even good. I'm just better than you.
I think you're pretty good.
I'm pretty mediocre compared to like a real hiker.
Like, I think you're pretty good. you keep pace. Like you're very, like you do it, man.
I just have tree trunk like legs from carting around this big meat suit all day.
I think
I just have strong legs.
Yeah. I mean, you're pretty good at your job, So
Yeah, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're pretty good at that.
I'd say mediocre at best.
I don't think so. I think you're pretty.
What time we got? 49 minutes?
Yeah.
Dang. I've been cranking this one out.
Yeah.
Wayne, I'd say you're good at making clips for this podcast.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It's can be hard sometimes. Not really.
Dude, are they shutting down TikTok?
I've been telling you that for the past however long, like for the past like 2 months.
I just feel like thousands, if not millions of Americans make money on that platform.
Right.
Maybe do you think it's like Amazon, like trying to lobby against them because of the TikTok shop?
It could be, or it could be like any other social media company probably like going after them because, you know, this, you take TikTok out and there's just like, you know, a open market, you know?
Yeah.
So it could be any of those two.
With how big TikTok is, I'm
Yeah.
surprised like Vine didn't make it.
Right. I think that Vine just came out at such a weird time that it didn't really like, you know, explore different avenues in regards to like, you know, how to like deliver content. It was just kind of like a basic formula of like what, 6 seconds.
Yeah.
They didn't really expand on like what it could offer. So I think that's probably why it didn't really succeed as opposed to like TikTok, where it's just like you got the shop, you got like, you know, different snippets. There's like, especially with like music, how you could incorporate music into like your actual videos. So I think that's where it stood out more. And I think the technology that's available now is a lot better than where it was
It's true.
10 years ago.
The guys that invented Vine are probably pissed.
Yeah.
This could be me.
Yeah. Now, would you be down to see like a Vine comeback if TikTok actually like goes under?
Yeah, I think they should sell TikTok to the guys that created Vine
They just like turn it into Vine
for pennies on the dollar. Just to keep it alive.
Right.
What I feel like is going to happen, it's too powerful. Like they're going to keep it going. It's going to get to the date where it's supposed to close down. They're going to push back this court hearing with the Superior Court or Supreme Court, I should say. It's going to get pushed back and it's going to get forgotten about. News travels way too fast these days.
Right.
People only care for so long about something.
That's true. I mean, this will definitely put a dent in a lot of people's livelihood because
People have careers off this.
right, 100%. So
I mean, I guess they can revert to Instagram or YouTube Shorts or something, but still.
I mean, they could, but I feel like TikTok has such an interesting, you know, community. It's not like the others where they kind of seem like the same in a sense. Where TikTok is just kind of like it's a lot. I don't know what the word.
I've heard they don't want to release their algorithm,
Right.
like their sauce that makes it so addicting and keeps people just stuck on the app for so long.
Right.
It is just so full of advertisements now. Seems
It
like
is.
all I get is TikTok shop like ads,
Yeah. Like
which is cool that creators can make their own ads and stuff like that. But
you're talking about like the ones where like you'll scroll, you see like a guy or a girl that's like talking about, oh, these earbuds that I got from so and so, you know?
yeah, or they get like more creative. I've seen one for this retro gaming like fake console, and it's just the dude's girl just laying on the ground with her booty showing through some leggings.
Oh my gosh. That's how they get you.
Yeah. I think it's funny the things people do to get engagement.
Right.
They'll say things wrong. So it was a retro gaming console. And she was like, yeah, it's got Game Boy, it's got PlayStation, it's got Genesis, like for Sega Genesis.
Right.
Like she knows it's Genesis, but she's saying it Genesis just to get engagement.
Yeah. People just type and they're like, you're saying it wrong.
Maybe we should get more controversial.
You think so? You be down?
Yeah. I like the Nintendo Switch.
The Nintendo Switch was the best.
The Nintendo Wii.
No way.
I just sound like Cartman now. The Nintendo Wii.
Oh gosh.
You know when I start to sound like Cartman, it's not going good.
What do you think? We should wrap it up.
What do we got? 53 minutes. That's pretty solid
It's not bad.
for a 2-man jam band
Yeah.
on a Tuesday night, double cheeked up. Woo! Touches Everything podcast. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Like, subscribe. We're on them all. TikTok for now. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We out of here.
We'll see you there. Have a good one.